What's up, guys? This is Matt Kowalis from Detroit Sports Bettors, and we are now in week 8 of the NFL season. In week 7, we finished the week at 3-2, not bad, came back down to earth a little bit. But again, at the end of the week, if you're hitting at a 60% rate, I think we're all going to be pretty happy. Throughout the year on the YouTube series, I think we started this in week 4. We are now 25-7 though, so still hitting at an incredible rate. And I think that's probably why every single week the views go up, the likes go up, and the subscribes go up. So I thank you for that. Please keep that going. You know, I think we're over 800 views on this latest video. It'd be pretty cool to see it go over 1,000. You know, I was slacking on the YouTube for a long time, but I'm back. All right, we're rolling on. And again, week 8 here. And if you're not a member of Detroit Sports Bettors, please check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We have a podcast on Apple and Spotify where we give picks, plays, NBA futures, NBA player props. We do a little bit of everything. So if this is the only spot you've seen Detroit Sports Bettors, please go check us out on all the other forms of content. We even have a TikTok. All right. So, but growing this YouTube right now, having a ton of fun with this. I love just getting on here and talking football with you guys. So let's get into week 8 today because someone told me there's a YouTube algorithm where you got to try and keep it under 20 minutes or something. So again, let's get right into it. And we're going to start with my favorite play of the week. Okay. Last week was the first one that missed. The Eagles, man, they sucked and I'm just done with them. All right. So we're going to start off with the LA Chargers at home against the New England Patriots. And we're going to be going with the Chargers -5 in this one. For starters, the LA Chargers are coming off a bye week. The bye week directly after getting absolutely spanked by the Ravens. So that's fresh in their mind. They want to come out and they want to play some good football. Again, they've had extra time to prepare, extra time for rest, extra time for those specific injuries. So I like the Chargers coming off that bye week playing at home against the Patriots. Again, the LA Chargers are 4-2 against the spread on the season. So very good. They fight till the end. And again, this is a -5 against a New England team that's coming off a huge beat down to the New York Jets. Riding that high, this is still a rookie quarterback with Mac Jones. This is still a secondary that is struggling mightily. In their last 3 games, the New England Patriots secondary has given up an average of 325 yards per game. Now they're going against Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Jared Cook, and Austin Eckler, who's one of the best receiving backs in all of football. Okay, so I like the Chargers in this one. I really do, especially coming off that rest. Mike Williams is a terrible matchup for almost anyone. Keenan Allen, one of the better route runners in all of football. Jared Cook and Justin Herbert are starting to develop a connection. So again, I like this Chargers team. This New England team is not that good. This is the same team. You know, I get it. You're going to be like, oh, it's week 1. And it was week 1. I understand that. But they lost to the Dolphins. Look how they played the Texans on the road 3 weeks ago, beating them by 3 just barely. You know, they played the Cowboys tough at home. They spanked the Jets, who, you know, the Jets are probably once again the worst team in football, even though the Lions are 0-7. But again, I don't believe in this Patriots team. Matt Jones, although he's looked great and he's probably the leader for Offensive Rookie of the Year. No, I'm Jamar Chase. So, I mean, he's up there, though. But, again, this is still a rookie quarterback who can make a lot of mistakes. The Chargers defense is a lot better than the Jets defense. I would even say it's a lot better than the Cowboys defense, who is playing on the road, you know. So, they're going to have this home crowd to get behind them. They're going to have that extra rest. They're going to have the prolific offense. They're going to have a better defense. I am going to be going with the Chargers in this one. Moving on to my next play, and I said I would never do this again, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because, I mean, when the Lions got a good chance, I just want to ride with it. And I love the Lions +3.5. I got too excited. I love the Lions +3.5 this week. Okay, the Lions showed me a lot last week. Well, for one, the Lions are a profitable team. And what I mean by that is they're 4-3 against the spread. Okay, I get it. There's no moral victories in the NFL and whatnot. But if you're still making money off the team, I mean, sometimes it's all good. The Lions are 0-7 straight up, as we all know. And they're playing against this Philadelphia Eagles team who maybe I'm just disgusted with them for last week because I'm so sick of the Raiders. And I had them as one of my main plays for the +3. And I think I've missed 2 main plays all year. So again, I was a little salty about that one, but I like the Lions plus 3.5 here. Philadelphia Eagles are going to be without Miles Sanders. I like what Dan Campbell is installing in this team. He's installing some grit, some grind, some willingness just to not lose. I love what he did last week against the Rams too. I love it. He played to win the game. He didn't play not to lose. He played to win. And there is a difference. Playing not to lose is just punting on 4th and 1. Doing what you're supposed to, always following the percentages. Dan Campbell came out with onside kicks. He was going for it on 4th down. He was going for it on 4th with special teams. I loved it. Because what do you have to lose? And once again, at home against a struggling Philadelphia Eagles team who is 2-5, Jalen Hurts, I've talked him up a lot because I like quarterbacks who can extend the play with their legs. I like quarterbacks who can, again, extend plays, not only picking them up with their legs, but extending them to let the receivers get downfield, like Devonta Smith and guys like that, Jalen Reagor. But I don't know. I think the Eagles coaching is even holding back Jalen Hurts. They're just a mess over there at 2-5. This is a hungry, hungry Lions team. I will admit, if this wasn't at 3.5, I might not do it. If it was at 2.5, I probably wouldn't. I think the Lions have a solid chance to win this game outright. It's just tough to get behind that offense. They have so few weapons. I love Swift, I love Jamal Williams, and I love Hawkinson, but some days you don't know what you're going to get from Goff. Those outside receivers, I'm in Michigan, like Metro Detroit, but they're trash. I feel bad talking bad about them, but they're so bad. We have probably the worst receiving core in all of football. Everyone has to play us inside out, and that's just totally different than what people are accustomed to. You know what I mean? So again, I like the Lions at plus 3.5 in this one. Moving on, you guys hear me over and over and over talk about what goes up must come down. We've done it with the Tennessee Titans, I think 3 weeks in a row, maybe 2 weeks in a row. But we had the Tennessee Titans at plus 5.5. We were with that 3% at plus 5.5 against the Chiefs. Now we are going to be going with the Indianapolis Colts -1. I think it's time for the Titans to trip, have a little stumble, a little fall, and I think that the Colts are due. The Colts are 3-4 right now, and the Tennessee Titans are 5-2. So the Colts need this game far more. The Colts are starting to gel at the correct time. That defense is playing far better, and both these teams are very similar in how they attack opponents. They love to run the football. They love to get the play action attack going. For the Titans, it's Derrick Henry, A.J. Brown, Julio Jones. For the Colts, it's Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman, and maybe Zach Pascal, something, I don't know. But Michael Pittman and Carson Wentz have definitely been developing a very nice chemistry, So this is just one I really feel like they're just going to find a way to get it done at home. I think this defense is going to make some big plays, make some key stops, and actually hold Derrick Henry. I'm never taking a Derrick Henry under for the rest of my life again. But I think the Colts find a way to get this one done. The Colts another key statistic too is I think the Indianapolis Colts can score some points at home. When they score more than 23.4 points, they are 6-0 against the spread. And in spreads with 2 points or less, the Colts are 2-0. Okay, so I like this. I like these almost pick'em situations with the Colts. I like the spot that the Titans are in because I think they're riding a little bit too high coming off that victory to the Bills and then the Chiefs. They're very due for a letdown game. They're hearing all this chatter about, the Titans' potential Super Bowl. No, hell no. Hell no. This is the same team that lost to the New York Jets. And I understand there was no A.J. Brown and Julio Jones. I warned everyone about that game. But this is still the only team in football that can beat anyone in the league and can also lose to anyone in the league. This team can come out so flat, and I think it's going to happen against the Indianapolis Colts. And I'm going to take the Colts at -1. Moving on, our next play is the Pittsburgh Steelers going against the Cleveland Browns, and I'm going to be going with the team coming off the bye week. That is the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that is going to be the plus 3.5. For one, I really could care less if it's Baker Mayfield at quarterback or if it's Case Keenum at quarterback. They're both very similar. Baker has been playing some awful football. If he played, I'd honestly feel better about the Steelers because he'd probably throw a pick, maybe 2. At least Case Keenum is incredibly careful. But against the Steelers, it's a team you're going to have to the football into some windows. You're going to have to take some chances. I don't think the Browns can do that. I don't think they're ready for that at all. You know, you mean to tell me that this is the same spread as the Broncos team? You know what I mean? Like, and that was a pick 'em. That was a pick 'em. And this Steelers team's getting 3.5. I don't know. I don't know. That doesn't make a lot. I was on the Browns last time, and I just think the Steelers are a lot tougher. This is a spot where the Steelers are somewhat against their backs or against the wall. And then Big Ben had a little bit more time to rest. The Pittsburgh Steelers have won 4 straight now when coming off a bye week for the last 4 seasons. They're 3-0 against the Cleveland Browns when coming off a bye since 2002. Yeah, I know it's a small sample size, but again, I just think this is a team right now where Pittsburgh is going to be gritty. They are going to grind. Just the fact that it's 3.5, like, do you see Cleveland blowing out Pittsburgh really right now? I don't. So I love that I get that 3.5. You know, I love that I get that 0.5. So I like the Steelers here. This just feels like a gritty, grinded out game. Like, who is going to blow the doors off this one? Baker, Keenum. I know Nick Chubb is back, but this is still the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Big Ben, I don't know if he's capable of blowing the doors off an opponent anymore. So I just feel like this is a game that stays close. I didn't look at the total for this one, but this really feels like a 21-17, 21-20, just a very low scoring game. Okay, so I like the Pittsburgh Steelers here at +3.5. Moving on to our last play of the day, and I think this is another one I might be on an island with, because this is going to be, is it Sunday Night Football? I'm not even sure. I think it's Sunday Night Football, but it's the Dallas Cowboys going against the Minnesota Vikings. I like the Minnesota Vikings at home getting 3. Okay, and here's why. For one, the Minnesota Vikings are 3-3. Okay, they need this win far more than the Dallas Cowboys. You've heard me talk about this many, many times. The team with its back against the wall is going to be the more desperate team, the team that's going to play harder, the team that is going to do what it can to make more plays. Okay, I think that's the Minnesota Vikings. Again, they're 500 throughout the season. Dalvin Cook has had some issues. You know, Justin Jefferson has had some issues. They're finally starting to get everyone fully healthy. And, you know, when you have all of your weapons, Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, you're able to gel. You're able to create that chemistry that much more. Yes, Dallas looks great. Trayvon Diggs is playing incredible, like defensive player of the year, shutting people down. I think that's a great matchup with him and Justin Jefferson. So you might want to look to Adam Thielen and what he might do with his player props. I also think Dalvin Cook could have a big game. So again, this is a game where there's not like a ton of science behind it. There's not a ton of statistics behind this. It's just, again, that team with its back against the wall. Again, another thing with the Minnesota Vikings, they're 3-3. Their 3 losses, okay, their worst loss of those 3 was by 7 points to the Cleveland Browns. The other 2 were within 3. So again, keeping games very, very close, even when they lose. This is one, and again, I'm going to be on an island with this. I think the Vikings find a way to win this one outright. I really do. The Dallas Cowboys, again, they're just riding this high. And again, I love to take those letdown spots. And I think this is a great letdown spot for the Cowboys. The Vikings are due for a big win for their home crowd. This is a primetime spot. This is a team that has a lot of weapons. They have a good defense. Okay. So again, and they're coming off that bye week, longer time to rest, both teams are, but longer time to rest, longer time to prepare. I'm going to go with the home team here. And again, guys, when you look at these spreads, all these spreads that I give, don't think you just have to take it like this. If you're like, this is okay, I'd rather tease it, or I'd rather alternative line it. I do that all the time. I actually create middles for myself. So what I'll do is, like, say Thursday Night Football, for example. I didn't want to talk about that just because it's a weird game with Devontae Adams and stuff like that. But that spread is at +6.5 for the Packers. Say you move it up to 10.5. Okay. And then you take the over 37.5. You can still generate probably a +100 odds there. Put a bet down. Okay. Then you go to the Arizona side. You know, you got the +10.5 there. Say you just take Arizona -2.5. And then you take the over, or the opposite of what you took before. If you took the over, take a very low under or something. And then you're creating a huge gap. That's just something I like to do, and I've been very successful with it, kind of just sharing a quick secret. But again, those are my picks and plays for today. You know, we have 5 picks and plays. Once again, we're 25-7 on the year, and we're just looking to keep it going. All right, I want to go over those one more time. because we started with the LA Chargers at home against the New England Patriots. That is -5 for the Chargers. Rolling with that. From there, we have the Lions +3.5 at home against the Philadelphia Eagles. Then we have the Indianapolis Colts at home at -1 against the Tennessee Titans. Then we have the Pittsburgh Steelers +3.5 on the road against the Cleveland Browns. And then we are finishing on Sunday Night Football with the Minnesota Vikings +3 at home against the Dallas Cowboys. And I just realized last week I was on a ton of road dogs. This time we got a bunch of home teams. So you see, I just go where I see fit, and honestly, it's been great throughout, every year I'm pretty solid. Last year I finished around 62%. This year I'm way above that. I'm in the 70s right now, but I love it. When I look at these slates, there's just games that stick out immediately. And that is the best feeling in the world. Glad to give you guys some of these picks. So please, if you won some picks last week, the weeks before, whatever it may be, hit that like button, hit that subscribe for me. And please recommend the Detroit Sports Bettors name. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We have a podcast on Apple and Spotify where I give more picks and plays. I talk NBA, everything like that. And again, if you want to check me out on Instagram, my Instagram is Konanis8. And yeah, I post all my picks, plays, and articles on there as well, letting people know when they're up. But that's it for today. I appreciate you guys checking out the Week 8 Detroit Sports Bettors YouTube show. Have a good one. Good luck this week, everyone.